Khash Saghafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. Today's topic, when can I call you? So that's a big deal. If you're looking to buy a home, communication is the key, okay? Communication, quite honestly, is the key to everything anyways, okay? It doesn't matter what the relationship, communication between, husband, wife, spouses, children, parents, coaches. I help coach wrestling, communication with the kids, with the wrestlers, telling them what we want them to do, how we want them to do it, why we want them to do it, answering their questions. When they have questions and we don't answer them, we just tell them to do things. Quite honestly, you don't create as good of an athlete. A better athlete is created when the athlete knows why they are doing what you are asking them to do. So, why is this topic relevant to my video today? Which, by the way, you better subscribe to my YouTube page. I guess if you don't, it's kind of an empty thread. I guess you're not going to, but I'd be really sad because I think I do really good videos that are informative. Anyways, besides that, share this on your page also and tell your friends all about it. Why is communication important? And when can you call? You want to work with a mortgage lender and a loan officer. Keep in mind, there's a huge difference between the two terms. I get a lot of people say, Khash, I've tried to call the lender. Wells Fargo is a lender. Bank of America, that's a lender. Rocket Mortgage, that's a lender. Liberty Home Mortgage, my company, that's a lender, okay? Khash, I'm a loan officer. So I'm a loan officer, the company's the lender. You're probably not calling the company. When you're working with Rocket Mortgage, you're looking for the individual. First of all, make sure that you're talking to the individual who's doing the loan, okay? When you go to some of these big, gigantic companies, the problem is they run you like a conveyor belt, okay? I'm not being bad, but when you're Wells Fargo and you're moving $20 billion of loans every single month or $10 billion or whatever they move, the big companies, they're good because they're branded. You've heard of them, okay? Wells Fargo has been around long before I was put on this earth, and they're gonna be around long after I'm gone from this earth, okay? So the brand is there. Rocket Mortgage is the biggest lender in the United States. The brand is there, and there's definitely a sense of comfort with it's a huge umbrella. You know it's not going anywhere. That's a big deal. Here's the problem. How do you move such a large volume of business in such a small portion of time? Simple. It's the Ford assembly line, okay? The Ford assembly line is there's 100 individuals that move the product from A to B, from start to finish, okay? When you're buying a home, you are not a number, at least in my book you're not, okay? You don't want to be treated like that. You want to make sure up front that the person that you're put into contact with or who you're talking to, that is the person who you're talking to just to have the initial conversation, just to give the loan application. In the middle of the loan, when the appraisal's ordered, what's the status of the appraisal? What do we do there? At the end of the loan, the closing, how much money do you need? After the loan closes and you have to start making payments, if the loan transfers servicers, or if you get a property tax bill in 6 months or 12 months from now, or a homeowner's insurance bill in a year from now that says we're canceling your policy because we didn't get paid for the upcoming year, and you're all completely confused. Who are you calling for that, okay? You want to make sure that you're working with someone who can take those phone calls not only before your loan begins, during your loan, and after your loan closes. Probably even more important, after it closes. Communication is the key, okay? It's the key. Now, in my case, for example, when can you call me? I always tell people this, call me anytime. And you can test me on this one, okay? Hold my feet to the fire and have at it. I do loans in 45 states, and you can call me Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, Sundays, Saturdays, weekends, evenings, mornings, whenever you feel like it. You can even call me during Star Trek, the originals, which is on, it's not the Sci-Fi Network, it's Heroes and Icons Network. It's on H9 Network every night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. You can even call me during Star Trek. That's like my favorite show in the world, the originals, okay? And if you don't get me, leave a voicemail. But you need to make sure you're working with a loan officer who you can call any time of the day. Now, a lot of people will say, Khash, that's horrible. Too bad, man. That's just the way it is. That's the nature of the beast. It's the business. When you have a question, you need to get an answer. Now, sometimes you might call me on a Saturday night and say, Khash, I need to know this. Oh my God, my anxiety is kicking in. And I might say something to you like, I won't have an answer on that until Tuesday. Or I don't have an answer at all. It might be 1 week until I have an answer. or something like that. I always tell people this. I always tell loan officers, you don't have to know the answer. You have to know where to go to get the answer and to set up the expectations of when the return call is going to come in. But when it comes to how often can I reach out or when can I reach out, in my case, anytime. Hold my feet to the fire on that one. I will be accountable for it and I'll deliver every single time. If you're working with other people out there, and there's a lot of great loan officers out there, if you can't reach them or get a hold of them, I'm telling you, jump ship, run as fast as you can, but keep following these videos. And I'll keep giving you information like this. We'll catch you on the next one.